วัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
The highest wisdom is seeing that in reality all phenomena are incomplete, impermanent, and not as they seem. The understanding is completely liberating and leads to the great security and happiness called nirvana.
Yes. However, the Buddha doesn't speak too much about this level of wisdom. Wisdom is not simply believing what we are told. True wisdom is to directly see and understand for ourselves.
Yes. At this level, wisdom is to keep an open mind rather than being closed-minded, listening to others' point of view rather than being bigoted, to carefully examine facts that contradict our beliefs rather than burying our heads in the sand, to be objective rather than prejudiced or partisan, to take time about forming our opinions and beliefs rather than just accepting the first or most emotional thing that is offered to us.
Yes, and the most important is to always be ready to change our belief when facts that contradict them are presented to us.
Yes, a person who does this is wise and is certain to eventually arrive at the true understanding. The path of just believing what you are told is easy. The Buddhist path requires courage, patience, flexibility, and intelligence.
Yes. In this hour of meditation for peace, we would like to introduce you to middle way meditation, which the Buddha practiced to attain his liberation. The most venerable Parajapavana Visuddha, หลวงพ่อธรรมชโย the abbot of Wat Phra Dhammakaya, who trained himself in this technique for more than 40 years, will guide you in meditation. Coming up next.
ต่อจากนี้ไปให้ตั้งใจให้แน่แน่วมุ่งตรงต่อหนทางพระนิพพานกันทุกๆคนนะลูกนะให้นั่งขัดสมาธิโดยขาขวาทับขาซ้ายมือขวาทับมือซ้ายให้นิ้วชี้ของมือข้างขวาจรดนิ้วหัวแม่มือข้างซ้ายวางไว้บนหน้าตักพอสบายหลับตาของเราเบาๆพอสบายคล้ายกับตอนที่เราใกล้จะหลับอย่าไปบีบเปลือกตาอย่ากดลูกในตานะจ๊ะหลับตาสักข้อลูกไม่ถึงกับปิดสนิทนะจ๊ะพอสบายแล้วก็ทำใจของเรานะให้เบิกบานให้แช่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางให้คลายความผูกพันจากทุกสิ่งทำใจของเรานะให้ว่างว่างเปล่าจากความคิดทั้งหลายทั้งหมดนะจ๊ะปล่อยวางหมดทิ้งทุกอย่างวางทุกสิ่งเพราะว่าสรรพสัตว์และสรรพสิ่งทั้งหลายเมื่อเกิดขึ้นตั้งอยู่แล้วก็ไปสู่จุดสลายเสื่อมไปด้วยกันหมดทั้งสิ้นจะเป็นคนเป็นสัตว์เป็นสิ่งของตึกรามบ้านช่องแม้แต่โลกใบนี้ก็ต้องเสื่อมสลายไปเพราะฉะนั้นสังขารร่างกายของเราก็จะเป็นเช่นนั้นแหละให้นึกถึงความเป็นจริงของสรรพสัตว์และสรรพสิ่งอย่างนี้ ใจจะได้ปล่อยวางได้ แล้วก็มาระลึกนึกถึงว่าเป้าหมายของการมาเกิดเป็นมนุษย์นั่นแหละวัตถุประสงค์หลักก็คือจะมาทำพระนิพพานให้แจ้งสลัดตนในพ้นจากกองทุกข์อย่างน้อยก็มาแสวงบุญ มาสร้างบารมีเพื่อจะเอาบุญต่อบุญเอาบารมีต่อบารมีเนี่ยให้กลั่นกายวาจาใจเราให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์จนกระทั่งหลุดพ้นจากกิเลสอาสวะทั้งหลายพ้นจากการเวียนว่ายแต่เกิดโดยเฉพาะหมู่คณะของเรามุ่งไปสู่ที่สุดแห่งธรรมนี่คือวัตถุประสงค์หลักของชีวิตนอกนั้นก็เป็นเรื่องรองลงมาต้องจับหลักของชีวิตให้ได้เมื่อเรามีบุญวาสนาได้เกิดอยู่ในร่มเงาของพระพุทธศาสนาอย่างนี้เนี่ยเราก็จะต้องศึกษาคำสอนพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าและก็ปฏิบัติตามคำสอนนั้นเพื่อจะได้เดินตามรอยของพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าในที่สุดก็จะหลุดพ้นจากความทุกข์ทรมานของชีวิตเข้าถึงความสุขอันเป็นอมตะได้เช่นเดียวกับพระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าและพระอรหันต์ทั้งหลายนะจ๊ะเพราะวัตถุประสงค์ต้องการให้ใจมาหยุดมานิ่งอยู่ที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่ 7เพราะหยุดเป็นตัวสำเร็จที่จะทำให้เราได้พบต้นทางสายกลางภายในซึ่งจะนำเราไปสู่พระรัตนตรัยได้เข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยได้เข้าถึงพุทธรัตนะธรรมรัตนะสังฆรัตนะหรือก็ถึงพระธรรมกายในตัวจะเป็นกายตรัสรู้ธรรมเป็นผู้รู้ผู้ตื่นผู้เบิกบานแล้วสมบูรณ์ไปด้วยจักขุญาณปัญญาวิชาและก็แสงสว่างเป็นอุปกรณ์ในการศึกษาเรื่องราวความเป็นจริงของชีวิตและก็เป็นทั้งสรณะที่พึ่งที่ระลึกที่แท้จริงของตัวเราและก็จะได้อาศัยพระธรรมกายนี่แหละนำไปสู่อายตนะนิพพานหลุดพ้นจากกิเลสอาสวะไปสู่อายตนะนิพพานเพราะนั้นต้นทางที่จะเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยเมื่อใจหยุดนิ่งนั้นมันจะเป็นดวงใสๆคล้ายกับดวงแก้วที่เราสมมุติต่างแต่ว่ามันจะเป็นดวงที่สุขใสกว่าและนำมาถึงความสุขอย่างที่ไม่มีประมาณเป็นความสุขที่เราหาไม่ได้จากที่อื่นเหมือนได้รับการยืนยันจากผู้ที่ได้เข้าถึงนั่นแหละไม่ว่าจะเป็นชาติไหนศาสนาไหนภาษาใดเผ่าพันธุ์ใดเมื่อฝึกใจหยุดนิ่งซึ่งเป็นของสากลที่ทุกคนทำได้พอหยุดนิ่งเข้าถึงดวงใสแล้วเนี่ยก็มักจะพูดเหมือนกันอย่างกับถอดเทปกันมาหรือไปนัดแนะกันมาพูดทั้งที่อยู่กันคนละทวีปคนละประเทศแล้วก็ต่างความเชื่อด้วยว่าเป็นความสุขที่ยิ่งใหญ่ไม่มีประมาณไม่อาจจะหาจากที่ไหนได้ไม่เคยเจอ พูดไม่ออกบอกไม่ถูกทีเดียวดวงธรรมดวงนี้จะมาพร้อมกับความสุขอย่างนี้จะเป็นพระเป็นเณรเป็นญาติโยมสาธุชนหรือทุกคนในโลกถ้าได้ตรงนี้แล้วก็มั่นใจได้เลยว่าจะเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยในตัวถ้ารักษาดวงธรรมดวงนี้ไว้ก็ปิดอบายไปสวรรค์เพราะว่าใจผ่องใสไม่เศร้าหมองเป็นดวงใสใจจะหยุดนิ่งต่อไปเองถึงตรงนั้นเราก็มีหน้าที่ดูไปเฉยๆดูปรากฏการณ์ที่เกิดขึ้นมาด้วยใจที่เป็นปกติเหมือนเราไปดูภาพยนตร์ที่เราไม่รู้ว่าตอนต่อไปจะเป็นอย่างไรหรือเรื่องราวต่อไปจะเป็นอย่างไรเราก็ดูอย่างเดียวแต่นี่เป็นโรงมหรสพภายในเป็นมหรสพสีขาวสีใสที่สูงส่งเรามองไปเดี๋ยวเราก็จะเห็นดวงนั้นขยายแล้วก็เดี๋ยวจะเข้าถึงดวงศีลดวงสมาธิดวงปัญญาดวงวิมุตติแล้วก็ดวงวิมุตติญาณทัสสนะดวงธรรมต่างๆก็จะพุทธผ่านมาทำให้เราเข้าถึงกายในกายที่มีอยู่ดั้งเดิมไม่มีใครไปทำให้มาเราไม่ได้ทำให้เกิดขึ้นมาเป็นกายอยู่ดั้งเดิมใจมันก็จะใสบริสุทธิ์เพิ่มขึ้นยิ่งใสยิ่งบริสุทธิ์ยิ่งสะอาดก็ยิ่งมีความสุขที่กว้างขวางขึ้นไปเรื่อยๆเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็จะเป็นมนุษย์มหัศจรรย์เมื่อใจเราหยุดนิ่งสนิทติดตรงกลางกายเห็นดวงใสๆเห็นพระใสๆเห็นแสงสว่างภายในนะจ๊ะให้ดูทุกคนสมหวังดังใจในการเข้าถึงพระรัตนตรัยในตัวทุกคนนะจ๊ะต่างคนต่างทำกันไปเงียบๆ
Not everyone is ready for Buddhism yet. Buddhism aims at the truth. If some do not have the capacity to understand it yet, they may be ready for it in the future.
Yes. However, there are many who, with just the right words or encouragement, are able to increase their understanding. And it is for this reason that Buddhists gently and quietly strive to share the insight of Buddhism with others.
We've interviewed people like this and would like to share with you their feelings and experiences with the middle way meditation right after this.
You explained that you much more
Yes.
calm. He said, darling, just go. I support you every time you want to go.
Yeah, because 7 days is very long. So yeah, he said just go. Since my friend is also here, so we can take care of each other. So
Okay. What are the most impressive features you have experienced during this retreat?
next room. Well, I actually experienced very good, very complete calmness here. A very good environment, and I can meditate better compared to back home, because back home I get very distracted very easily.
What you know why?
I think too much about the work, and this one is really away from the busy schedule at work, so it's really good. I like the environment here, very good. I like the way the teaching monks conduct the lesson. Even the mentors and the food is good.
It's like people sometimes it's because they're busy because their routine, right?
Yes.
And their schedule, like they never think about themselves. That just allow themselves to have time to for their own the mind.
Correct.
Right. This is like you said, like what you're saying. Said meditations
Yes.
allow you to have time to
Yes.
just take care of your own mind.
You are right. Yeah, because I'm over stressed out with my work. Somehow I felt that I'm lost in directions of life. Then I start to feel very lost. So with this meditation, I'm able to know myself, my inner self, and be more calm and happier. So it is good, and I will continue to meditate more.
Even though that you have the same routine work, but you know how you deal with it.
Okay, I'm supposed to wake up early in the morning to do meditation. I tried because I start work very early, 8 o'clock, so I need to leave home about 6 plus. So I actually have not been practicing much at home. I meditate at the end of the day before I sleep, but I usually doze off. I hope that I can be better when I go back after this retreat.
But how many times you practice meditation here?
Here I follow the schedule, so it's very intensive. So just follow the schedule. Back home, I only do it before the retreat. I only do it once a day, about 15 minutes. So it's really short. I will have to improve on that.
And because your experience coming to the retreat
Yes.
and practice meditation in a
Yes.
couple hours a day,
Yes.
right? And back home you practice maybe 15, 20 minutes, and you see the difference.
Yes.
And you see and you know the reasons why meditate is not. But do you know that why is different?
Yeah, I used to think that I can't do more than 15 minutes, but I proved myself wrong, and I'm here. I do more than 45 minutes each session, and I feel very good. Like I felt the best in the morning when I wake up. So I will make an effort to wake up in the morning to do meditation before work, because over here we need to wake up to do meditation in the morning, and it was good.
Okay, and now what you're saying, what your experience like is easy meditation. It's not hard
As
anymore like you thought, right?
Yes, I'm very happy to be here.
What has the retreat inspired you?
Inspired me to get to know myself better, because I used to be very frustrated with myself. So over here, I get to know myself, love myself more, and to be happier. So I hope that with this happiness, I can spread to my family first of all, and probably to bring more happiness in my workplace, which can be very stressed up. So yeah, meditations.
Could you explain? You said you'll be able to love yourself more. Could you explain that?
Yeah, because I'm able to come and be more relaxed, look at things from a different perspective. Like over here, they always teach us to be sabai, to be neutral. So I'm able to control myself better. So in that, I'm able to control my stress also.
And if you have a chance, you come back here again.
Yeah, I would love to, and I hope that the next time
Maybe
I come,
next time your husband will join you.
yes, I would love to. Yeah, I hope that my husband and even my sister, because my sister, she also attended the same basic class as me. She wanted to come, but she can't this time, so I hope next time.
Next time. Okay. Would you like to recommend this retreat to others?
Yes, yes, definitely. This is a very nice place. I would urge all of you out there to do yourself a favor, get away from the busy schedule from work and come here for a short retreat. Just probably do once, that you will experience it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when you don't have 7 days,
Yes.
right? You can attend the meditation sessions at Singapore Center.
Oh.
If you have time.
Yes,
Maybe
that's
you can come back here again.
Oh, I hope so too. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else would you like to share from your experience from the retreat?
Yeah, Over here, I'm able to actually meditate better because I do not need to think about my family, my work. Everything over here is well taken care, so I could actually channel my energy just to do meditation. And with the Dharma talk and the meditation history, it actually helps a lot. And with so many people come together to meditate, I thought the energy level is very good, very positive. So it's a very good experience. I never meditate or come to such place before, so very pleasant to meet people, new people as well.
Okay, and you said you meet a lot of people, and in your group, how many nationalities do you know in your group?
How many? I know people from US,
Okay.
Scotland, Russia, of course Singapore. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
22 of
everybody
us.
from the various nationality coming to join in a
Yes,
group
yes.
of meditation,
Yes.
right? What do you think? How do they like it?
Okay, people of different nationality, like the Westerners, they are very open because we do some chanting and they do attend the chanting session. So they being open, I have to be more open because I'm more of a Buddhist believer. So yeah, so it's a learning process from each of us. So I get to see more things and happier, smile more.
Yeah, for the Western part, no, because you're Buddhist,
Yes.
right? And you see the Western, they're not
Yes.
very from the Buddhist, from the root of the Buddhism,
Yes.
right? And they're open up to
Yes.
something new into their
Yes,
life.
yes.
And do they happy to learn about Buddhism and to try meditation
Yes.
at the center?
Some of them do not chant, but Lumpy actually cites a very good example. Even we do a bubble blowing, we had a bubble blowing. Lumpy was saying that actually it doesn't matter which religion. Meditation is not about religion. I also come across this CD which tells me that in Islam, Hinduism, Catholic, Christian, they also meditate. So meditation is not about religion. It's more about inner peace, inner self, so inner happiness. So everybody wants to be happy.
I think everybody wants the same thing, to be a happy person,
Yes.
right? And to be to reach in their goal of life. And if they have family, want a happy family. I think everybody wants the same thing,
That's
right? And meditation is not restricted to one religion, right? Every religion they can use this practice too, and just to make them aware of what's around them, make them appreciate what's around them. Is
That's
that
right. That's right.
Okay, but right now you're sitting in front of the DMC channel or around the world. Would you like to share anything to the audience?
Give yourself a chance to meditate and to have this opportunity to be here for the short meditation retreats. You will be able to enjoy and know more about yourself. Thank you.
To try and to learn, to know more about yourself. I
That's
kind
right.
of agree with that. Oh, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your experience with us. It's very nice for you to came over and to share this
No
with
problem.
us.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
The Buddha taught us out of compassion, and we teach others out of compassion. Just as wisdom covers the intellectual or comprehending side of our nature, compassion covers the emotional side of our nature.
Like wisdom, compassion is made up of two words, ko meaning together and passion meaning a strong feeling. And this is what compassion is, when we see someone in distress and we feel their pain as if it was our own and we try to lessen their pain. This is compassion.
Yes. So all the best in human being or the Buddha-like qualities like sharing, readiness to give comfort, sympathy, concern, and caring all are manifestations of compassion.
You will notice that in a compassionate person, care and love towards others has its origins in care and love for oneself.
And this is why the most venerable Parajapavana Visuddha, หลวงพ่อธรรมชโย taught us to give ourselves first before we give to others.
Yes, and that also means to give ourselves meditation practice to help us really understand ourselves. When we really understand ourselves, we will understand others. We will know what is best for others. When we know what is best for ourselves, we can feel for others when we feel for ourselves.
Shana is saying that we are able to help others after we have helped ourselves. Do you think, Shana, that Buddha's life illustrates this very well? He spent 6 years struggling for his own welfare, after which he was able to be of benefit of the whole of mankind.
Yes, that's true. And genuine self-concern will gradually mature into concern for others as one sees that others are really the same as oneself. This is genuine compassion, and it is the most beautiful jewel in the crown of the Buddha's teachings.
Yes. And today we will be able to learn from his teaching through the Dhamma discourse brought to you by Venerable Sander Khemathamo in the topic of benefit of living and practicing spirituality in the community. Hope you enjoy this wisdom.
So this is unity in morality and unity in views. Even living together spiritually, this is important. Suppose you have one person who says, I come to the temple and I'm just happy, praying to the Buddha image and cleaning the Buddha image, that's my style. And whenever I clean the Buddha image, I sing this song, and he sings this song very loud. Another person is sitting and says, I come to the meditation center to meditate. I want everyone to be silent around me. I once had one meditation retreat, the middle way. One person was like this. He wants everyone to be silent. He has come to the middle way, to the meditation retreat of our temple, for silence. But some people wanted to talk to him. Where are you from? What are you doing here? So he felt that was kind of bothering him. So he decided to make a sign. He got some paper and wrote on the sign that, I don't want to talk. And he put the sign on his neck. He hung it on his neck, and wherever he walked, he had this sign on him saying, I don't want to talk. I still have a picture of this person. Now he has ordained in our temple, by the way, but I won't tell his name. And this is, wherever he went, he had this sign on, so people would know and understood him. So there was a clear honesty in communication. But still, there was a difference in the unity of views and the unity, perhaps, of other things. Some people felt that living together in meditation or coming together in a meditation retreat, you can talk a bit. Another person said, no, you cannot talk. So there is already a problem here. How can you develop unity in these things? Morality, views. We have to go back 2,500 years ago, when the Buddha was almost to pass away. In the last part of his life, at that time, Prince Ajatasattu, this is in Thai he is called Prince Ajatasattu. In Bali language they call him Ajatasattu. This prince, he wanted to find a way to conquer the province or the confederacy of Vachi. Vachi was a confederacy in the time of the Buddha, who was in the area of the Ganges Valley. And at that time, this Vachi province was, at the time it used to be a custom in the north of India, in present-day Nepal, to have sort of democratic-like kind of confederacies. There was not one big king, but there were a lot of small kings living together. And this, some historians have even said that the word that is used for the monastic community, the Kana Sangha, actually came from this, because they used to have these people living together came together, had discussions, had a political system with different kings, different smaller kings, having a sort of kind of democratic system. Some historians have said that the word Kana Sangha comes from this, but I don't know, I cannot confirm that. But one certainty is that the Buddha taught the Vachis, the people living in Vachi, the Vachians, how to develop the society into a harmonious society. Even in their circumstances, which is they didn't have one big king, but they had a sort of democratic system. And he taught them how to develop the society in harmony. And these principles they practiced till at the end of the Buddha's life. It turned out that it was one of the only places that Prince Ajatasattu, who was a person who liked to conquer territory, it was a place that he couldn't conquer. It was because the people living in Vachi, the Vachians, which was a confederacy of two states, they were very clever in maintaining relations. They had relations with other states, and they had a strong harmony and unity. So it was very difficult to conquer them. Then maybe it is possible to go a little bit forward into history, and you can see maybe in the present day even some examples of that. Small countries, small communities, but very difficult to conquer them or to control them because of these political relations. At the same time, the Vachians had a strong unity. They did everything together in unity. So it was very difficult to conquer them. So then, not knowing what to do, quite in despair, the Prince Ajatasattu then sent one of his ministers to talk, to ask for counsel, the Buddha. Because he thought, this is such a difficult matter, I don't know how to ask, I don't know who to ask. So I asked the Buddha, because he is very intelligent. At that time, it's the only thing that he could think of. He didn't ask for any spiritual guidance. He asked for advice on warfare. But the Buddha, of course, he didn't want to be involved in this much. But on the other hand, he did have to respond to the minister that came to see him. So the way he responded was indirect. He didn't talk with the minister directly when he responded. But he talked to the Venerable Ananda, his personal attendant. And he said, he talked about the characteristics of the Vachians. He said there are a number of characteristics that the Vachians have, which makes it very hard for them which makes it very hard for them to have this harmony. They are very unified, they're very strong, and they're very prosperous. He said these 7 characteristics or 7 conditions, even just one of them is enough to be very strong, to be a strong community, but they have 7. And he said he was the one who taught them, the Buddha. That because they practice these things, they can be prosperous. So the first one of them is to regularly hold assemblies. Regular and frequent assemblies. In other words, to have meetings often. To come together often. That may be at the level, maybe at many levels. I'll explain more later. When you meet, you do not just meet in a haphazard way, but you meet in harmony, break up in harmony, and carry on your business in harmony. And the third characteristic, or the third condition, is not to authorize what has not been authorized already, and not to abolish what hasn't been authorized, but to proceed according to what has been authorized by ancient tradition. I will explain this a little later. The fourth one is to honor, respect, revere, and salute the elders amongst you, and consider them worth listening to. An old translation says, I don't even know how to pronounce that, to hearken to the elders' words. And then the next important characteristic says, not to forcibly abduct others' wives and daughters and compel them to live with you, which is about morality. To honor, respect, this is the sixth one, to honor, respect, revere, and salute the shrines at home and abroad, not withdrawing the proper support made and given before. And the last one, the seventh one, to make proper provision for the safety of arahants or enlightened ones, so that such enlightened ones may come in the future to live there, and those already there may dwell in comfort. In other words, to welcome the monks, the practicing monks, to your home or to the place where they can come to, like a temple or something like that. Now let's go into some more detail. So all of these characteristics is what the Buddha said. This is the reason why the Vachians are very difficult to conquer. So if you want to conquer the Vachians, think again. That was basically his message. But of course, the minister, his name was Vasakala. He was, he was given an assignment. He didn't want to change his mind. So he thought that, well, in that case, we'll find another way. We'll just divide them. So after that, they still were going to continue with their warfare, but at least they didn't shed a lot of blood. So in that, at least the Buddha had managed to prevent a lot of bloodshed. At the same time, however, these 7 conditions the Buddha at that time later on set as his model. He said everyone practice these conditions, and the community, the monastic community, the spiritual community will be able to exist, to prosper for a long time and will not decline. So this is the foundation of Buddhist practice in community that the Buddha gave as a standard before he passed away. And it could very well be the conditions that are very important for any meditation center. Could very well be very important for any spiritual community. They are, of course, formulated in a way that we have to look a bit deeply at what the meaning is, so that we can decipher it. Hold regular and frequent assemblies, the first one. This refers to coming together regularly. If you talk about a family, it means to have food together now and then. These days, some people and some families, the parents hardly ever meet the children because they don't have food together, they don't have dinner together, they don't have breakfast together. Sometimes the parents come back home late because of their work. Sometimes the children, they have a lot of activities to do, so they don't meet their parents. This, however, is something that can lead to disharmony in family. Because whenever there's something you want to say, first of all, you do not say those things that are bothering you. You do not meet each other, you do not look each other in the eyes. Second thing is you do not practice to communicate. So the old Western tradition that you have dinner together and that especially with a young child, you ask your parents for leave before you go from the table. It's actually a good tradition, but understandably in modern days, because of the irregular working hours and all that, it's maybe more difficult. But this is an important principle still that we cannot forget. At the same time, in a spiritual community, coming together, living together in harmony, it is also important in a spiritual community to have frequent assembly. When you chant together, you will chant together at the same time, come together at the same time. You meditate often together. If you are working in a meditation center, you need to, or you are a volunteer, you have to sometimes talk together in a meeting or something like that. This is important. Sometimes we think that, oh, we meet each other anyway every day, so you don't need to have any meeting. You can talk anyway. That may be the case, but do you ever meet all together? Usually you don't. Just meet with 2 or 3 people at the same time. So if you have the opportunity to have a meeting, it will be better. To have a meeting will be able to give you people the opportunity also to say something that they had not had the chance to say, to have a share in something, some decisions, which otherwise may be difficult for anyone that is in not in the most senior position or something like that, not in a supervising position. Also, it gives everyone the responsibility to work together, and this relates to the second second condition of a community's welfare, second condition that a community doesn't decline. That is, to meet in harmony, break up in harmony, and carry on your business in harmony. The word harmony here means together. That's so that when you meet, it's not like you have one person coming to the meeting room at 9, the other person comes at 10, and by that time the other half is already gone or something like that. When you meet together, and you break up together. So this is an important aspect. There is in my country, it is quite interesting, there are hardly any strikes in my country where I come from, Holland. It's a country with very little strikes. There is quite a lot of harmony in work relationships, in work relations, if you compare it to other countries in Europe. I'm not saying that my country is perfect, but there are a number of things that are interesting here. Some person studying economy, some expert, he called it the polder model. He said that Holland doesn't have this problem with strikes, and that the relations in work, that the harmony in work is pretty good. It's because, and the economy has a certain stability, is because of the polder model. And then when you go back to the history of Holland, it was in fact one of the first places where democracy was founded, though not officially the first place. I think that was England, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a place where a lot of democratic structures already existed for a long time. Do you know why? Because of hardship. Because Holland was a place where, or it still is today, about 70 to 80% of Holland is below sea level. So you need to find a way together to solve the problem of the water coming into the land, flooding. So there were big hills built to stop the water since a long time ago, which we call dikes. And the whole system to control the water, dams, dikes, and rivers to catch the water, all of that relies on working together. And this system has been there for a long time. Since a long time. And it relied in the past, it relied on a structure of organization that you would have small councils in every part of Holland that had to decide who was working on which dike or which hill, so that everyone had a share. If any one of them forgot, this is an important symbol, important statement. Anyone forgot to maintain his part, the water would come in. So there was a lot of very important to negotiate and talk. And this led to a negotiation culture in Holland, that everyone will try to find a way to communicate. They will not have any strikes. So in any company in Holland, according to the law, it's just a law. You need to have a council for the personnel to come together in that council, that they can talk together and evaluate the decisions made by the board of directors. This council exists independently of the board of directors. They talk together. Any company that doesn't have this council, but it's a big company, is breaking the law. So any company that doesn't have such a council has to change that. And this council has certain rights. So you see there is a lot of emphasis on working together and listening to each other.
In Buddhism, one's own spiritual development blossoms quite naturally into concern for the welfare of others. In the following episode, you will see the practice of the Dhammakaya followers that brought the teaching of the Lord Buddha into practice.
Yes, this allowed them to bring benefits to Thai society in terms of wealth, morality, and peace.
Yes.
We start!
อุณหภูมิติดลบ 22 องศาเซลเซียส ณ ประเทศมองโกเลีย เวลานี้มองไปทางไหนก็เห็นแต่หิมะสีขาวโพลนเต็มไปหมด เพราะเป็นช่วงฤดูหนาว แต่นั่นก็ไม่ใช่อุปสรรคที่เด็กๆจะลุกขึ้นมาทำความดีให้ได้ทุกวัน จนทำให้โครงการเด็กดีวีสตาร์มองโกเลียครั้งที่ 2 ประจำปีพุทธศักราช 2553 ดำเนินการมาได้สำเร็จครบ 8 สัปดาห์ ปีนี้มีน้องๆ นักเรียนจาก 52 โรงเรียนใน 6 เขตของเมืองหลวง คือกรุงอุลานบาตอร์เข้าร่วมกว่า 20,000 ชีวิต จากการสนับสนุนอย่างดียิ่งจากพี่ๆชมรมพุทธศาสตร์ IBS of Mongolia และองค์กร Peaceful Mind Foundation และเพื่อเสริมสร้างกำลังใจยกย่องบุคคลรวมทั้งสถานศึกษาที่กระทำความดีจึงได้มีการจัดงานมอบรางวัล Vista Quality Award หรือรางวัลคุณภาพฟื้นฟูศีลธรรมโลกให้โรงเรียนที่สามารถดำเนินการได้เห็นผลเป็นรูปธรรมในแง่การพัฒนาศีลธรรมแก่เยาวชนและผ่านประเมินตามเกณฑ์ที่กำหนดโดยในปีนี้แต่ละโรงเรียนทั้งท่านผู้อำนวยการและน้องๆเด็กดีวีสตาร์มองโกเลีย ก็ตั้งใจทำกิจกรรมกันอย่างalertสุดๆ
Сэмэнэг нөгөө чиний мэдээ 50 дугаар сургуулийн 8-1-ийн хүүхдээ би инвестарт орсноор маш их өөрчлөгдсөн 9-7 хоног их өөрчлөгдсөн. Өмнө нь би хүмүүстэй зөв харьцаж мөн хөндлөлт байсан. Харин одоо энэ 9-7 хоног өнгөрснөөс мөн хөндлөл сайн үсэж зарцуулж хүмүүстэй зөв боловсон харьцдаг болсон. Би орой болгон бусал хийснээр зөв төвлөрсөж сайн болтгосон. Тэгээд энэ Таиланд ирсэн сэтгэл бол тэр сүм над их таалагдсан. 1 сая бурхан тавьсан хэр гайхамшигтай байсан.
Намайг Point гэдэг би 115 дугаар сургуулийн 8-р ангид сурдаг. Би старт орсноор би маш их өөрчлөгдсөн байгаад энгийн жишээнээс хэлэх юм бол би урд нь тэгээд ээж эднэр өглөө босоод орой хураадгүй байсан. Бас өглөө босоод эцэг эхтэйгээ мэдлэлтгүй байсан. Тэгээ бас очоод сургуулийнхаа багш нартай бараг мэдлэлтгүй ангийнхантайгаа дуурдаггүй байсан. Харин би старт орсноос хойш маш их нээлттэй. Тэгээд өглөө болгон босоод орой хураан тэгээд бас эцэг эхтэйгээ мэдлэлдэг болсон.
ในวันงานประธาน IBS of Mongolia ได้กล่าวรายงานที่มาและการดำเนินโครงการ V-Star ในประเทศมองโกเลียจากนั้นท่านประธานในพิธีคือท่านสมเกียรติ สรลำกล่าวสุนทรพจน์ถึงวัตถุประสงค์ที่มาของโครงการโดยมีการแปลสุนทรพจน์เป็นภาษามองโกเลียด้วยที่พิเศษสุดในปีนี้คือแต่ละโรงเรียนได้แต่งเพลงประจำโครงการ V-Star มองโกเลียทั้งเนื้อร้องและทำนองโดยมีการประกวดแข่งขันในแต่ละเขตการศึกษาและเพลงที่ชนะเลิศได้แก่เพลงที่มีชื่อว่าทำแต่ความดีจากโรงเรียน 16 ซึ่งมีนักเรียนมาร้องเพลงและแสดงประกอบเพลงด้วย
Намайг Мухаяр гэдэг Ертөнц сургуулийн 8-р ангийн сурагч. За энэ V-Star хөтөлбөрт орсноор маш их баяртай байна. V-Star хөтөлбөр орохын өмнө бол би хүнтэй яг илэн далангуу харьцаж чаддгүй тийм хүнтэй мэдлж чаддгүй тийм бүрийн хөвгтэйсэн. Орсныхаа дараа V-Star хөтөлбөрт орсны дараа маш тийм илэн далангуу хүнтэй банг мэдлж харьцаж чаддаг болсон. Тэгээд хүүхдүүдэд яаж энэ сайн үсийн талаар тарамаар гэвэл бид нар одоо оролцож байгаа 6 сурагч бид бүгдээрээ Монгол хүүхдүүдийнхээ уриалан дуудаж V-Star хөтөлбөр сайн үсийн талаар тийм оруулах гэж байна.
และแล้วช่วงเวลาที่ทุกคนตั้งตาคอยก็มาถึงคือการประกาศผลรางวัล V-Star Quality Award ที่ 1, 2 และ 3 พิธีมอบโล่รางวัลชนะเลิศจากพระราชภาวนาวิสุทธิ์โดยท่านสมเกียรติ สรลำเป็นตัวแทนมอบสำหรับโรงเรียนที่ได้รับรางวัลชนะเลิศ V-Star Quality Award of Mongolia ในปีนี้คือโรงเรียนที่ 60 ซึ่งท่านผู้อำนวยการได้เดินทางมาร่วมงานวันรวมพลังเด็กดี V-Star ที่ประเทศไทยด้วยตัวเอง
Намайг Ариуна гэдэг Улаанбаатар хотын ерөнхий боловсролын дунд сургуулийн 60 дугаар сургуулийн захирлаар ажилладаг. За V-Star хөтөлбөр бол Монгол оронд хэрэгжээд 9-7 хоногийн турш хэрэгжиж өсвөр насны хүүхдүүдийн хүмүүжил төлөвшөлт тодорхой хэмжээний агс дэвшлийг гаргасан гэж миний хувьд бол үзэж байгаа. За энэ хөтөлбөрт бол манай сургууль амжилттай оролцож нийслэлийн хэмжээнд одоо 1-р байранд шалгарсан одоо томоохон амжилтыг гаргасандаа маш их баяртай байгаа. За энэ хөтөлбөрийн хувьд бол одоо бусад хөтөлбөр төслүүд ерөнхий боловсролын сургуульд хэрэгжиж байгаа олон хөтөлбөрүүдээс л онцлог ялгаатай байсан. За юун дээр гол ялгаа гарсан бэ гэхээр хүүхдийн хүмүүжил төлөвшөлт бол одоо хамгийн энгийнээс ахуулаад нарийн руу чиглэсэн
ийм одоо үйл ажиллагааг явуулснаар одоо энэ хөтөлбөр маш их онцлогтой гэж ингэж бодож байгаа. Урд өмнө нь бол бид нар одоо маш том зорилго тавьж маш том зүйлийг ярьж одоо өөрсдөө үлгэрлэн дуурайлах тал дээр бол одоо нэлээд алдаа гаргаж ирсэн бол за тэгээд хамгийн гол нь багш нар маань хүүхдүүд маань эцэг эхчүүд маань энэ үйл ажиллагаанд маш идэвхтэй амжилттай оролцсон. Дээрээс нь IBS төрийн бас байгууллагын чиглүүлэгч багш нар маань бас одоо маш сайн чиглүүлж өгсөн. За ийм ч учраас бол одоо хөтөлбөр нэлээд сайн хэрэгцээ гэж ингэж үзэж байгаа. Ер нь цаашдаа бол зөвхөн одоо 6, 7, 8 дугаар ангийн хүүхдүүд биш бүх нийт сургуулийнхаа хэмжээнд энэ хөтөлбөрийг хэрэгжүүлэх. За хөтөлбөрийн явцад одоо хүүхдүүдийн бичиж тэмдэглэж байсан гэр дэвтрийг хэлбэршүүлэх. За хэлбэршүүлээд нийт 2500 орчим одоо сурагчтай манай сургууль энэ хүүхдүүдийнхаа төвшөнд энэ хөтөлбөрийг нийтд нь ер нь жилийн хугацаанд бүтэн одоо хичээлийн жилийн эхнээс төгсөл нь хэрэгжүүлэх ийм одоо саналыг тавьж одоо хооштой энэ үйл ажиллагаагаа явуулна гэсэн ийм бодолтой байгаа.
โครงการเด็กดี V-Star Mongolia ถึงแม้เป็นจุดเริ่มต้นเล็กๆแต่ก็เป็นจุดเริ่มต้นที่ยิ่งใหญ่เปรียบเสมือนแสงไฟที่จุดต่อๆกันไปยังความสว่างมาสู่ใจของชาวมองโกเลียและเชื่อมั่นว่าจะจุดต่อๆกันไปอีก208ประเทศอย่างแน่นอนค่ะ
We have arrived at the end of our show. We would like to make an important note about wisdom and compassion to help you gain confidence in Buddhism. Some believe that to develop compassion and love is the most important spiritual quality, but they fail to develop any wisdom. If you think like this, then you become a good-hearted fool, a very kind person with little or no understanding.
Yes. And other systems of thought, like science, believe that wisdom can best be developed when all emotions, including compassion, are kept out of the way. The result is that science has become preoccupied with results and has forgotten that it is to serve man, not control him. This is why science has ended up developing things like the nuclear bomb, germ warfare, and the like.
And religion has always seen reason and wisdom as the enemy of emotions like love and faith. On the other hand, science has always seen emotions like love and faith as being enemies of reason and objectivity. And of course, as science progresses, religion declines.
Buddhism, on the other hand, teaches that to be a truly balanced and complete individual, you must develop both wisdom and compassion.
Yes, and because it is not dogmatic but based on experience, Buddhism has nothing to fear from science. That wraps up our show for today. I am Sanan Pandratjan.
And I'm Nirupon Jantra Kunsuri. Thank you for tuning the DMC channel and thank you for watching our show. Hope to see you again next week. Goodbye.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ